Hello everyone, I'm Havoc, and this is Minecraft All the Mods 3. We are back at it yet again today, and you probably noticed that these are getting a lot full, and there's a lot less of them. I have been working on making the 16K drives. Let's see, yeah. The only issue that I'm running into is that, again, they only hold 63 different types, and so I have to make a lot of them, but they hold a ton of items themselves, which means, say, for instance, I have 65,536 cobblestone, right? That means an entire 64K drive would be full of cobblestone. Now, you'll notice that none of these say one item, right? One of 63 types. That means that not a single one is full of just one item. But that can happen. It's not likely because as I'm adding stuff in, it will put an item into whatever available drive there is. I'm not sure exactly how it prioritizes that, but it will. And so you end up filling up types. But the deal here is, say I have the 64,000 cobblestone, or say I have twice that. Say I have, 200,000 cobblestone. That's more than three times as much. Instead of filling up three 64K drives, it will not even fill up one of these, right? Because this holds 16,777,216 items. Right? So if I had 200,000 cobblestone, all that cobblestone would be in here with room for other items. So it is better to upgrade to the larger ones. However, they are absurdly expensive. But that wasn't the topic for today. I got distracted. I saw all the red over here and remembered I should probably be working on that. I have been down here adding more machines, more capable recipes here, such as the dust, pulverized obsidian. Over here we're going to make dark steel, here doing instill, and other recipes. I'm going to add another one that's, so these are set to alloys, so they will only smelt alloys. I'm going to add another one that is not alloys, maybe even two that are not alloys. Up here I have the crystal growth chamber and the recipes for growing the crystals. Just adding things because I have been doing a lot of this manually beforehand and I'm growing this out. I know it looks awful in here. This is not where this is going to go. And in fact, today's episode is to talk about our plans. I'm going to build a spaceship. No reference to the Lego movie at all there. Let's build a spaceship. But I am going to build a spaceship, a very large one, in fact, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the front of it actually over my colony here. I think I'm going to start the spaceship somewhere right over in here and go back this direction, so the front would be up here, and go back this direction and maybe have like the engines out here over the ocean. And the main reason I want to do that is I'm going to build a biodome on the top side, a glass dome on top of the spaceship, in which I'm going to have a controlled environment. And I love the color of this grass. I mean, it's the reason I chose to put my colony here, but the grove grass, I absolutely love this color of the green, and the woods and leaves here, it just really looks good. So I want, since my spaceship isn't going to be a biome of its own, the grass will be whatever color of the biome that it's in. So I'm going to need the dome to be somewhere in this area above the grove biome so it has that nice grass. And that will be good because I was going to travel out somewhere else on the map to build the spaceship. But the thing is, I have claims, right? Claimed territories. Ooh, okay, hold on. I can't zoom out here. Okay. So you'll see that this is chunk loaded, but everything that is kind of like this all says claimed area, right? Havoc's team. So this whole area is already claimed, including all the way up, I believe, to the ocean right over here. Yeah. So I can go ahead and claim all of this. I can't chunk load everything, but I can claim every bit of this. That way no one else builds here or messes with anything. Not that I'm too worried about that. Everybody here on the server, it's understood to, behave. Don't be out being crazy. But I also want the area claimed just because. Because. But what I'm going to do is build it out in this way. And it's going to be tall, too. It's not going to be some thin, narrow thing. It's going to be kind of wide and kind of tall. And I will kind of figure out exactly how the layout's going to go. But what I do know is that this right here, steel scaffolding, steel blocks, all the steel fencing are definitely going to be a big component of it. Oh, hello there. Yeah, you can die. That's weird. It must be dark back here somewhere. But if I come in here and I say steel, I don't have a lot. 1,200, it might seem like a lot, but that's not a lot. That's not going far. And it's used in a lot of different recipes. So what I want to look at today are ways to process steel. I'm going to go ahead and sleep. My base runs off of solar power. So as long as I can keep the sun up, the battery stays full. So now I'd say I know ways to produce steel, and I think the way that is the cheapest but also most time consuming is to build the blast furnace, right? Which is a multi-block structure from immersive engineering, and you can put iron and either charcoal or coal coke, right? So if I say coal coke, I don't have a lot of that, but that only takes coal and some time to make. So I think what I need to do is make up an automated system down here, maybe in this wall somewhere, or it doesn't even have to be down here. I think we'll probably put it down here so I have access to channels, because I'm only using 12 of the 32 channels coming out of this P2P port right here. So I could just add it on here and it won't cause much issue. But what I need to do is automate the system. Number one, let's look at our iron amount, right? I can see I have 24,000 iron ingots here. I have 123,000 iron ore. I need to start processing this iron ore. I don't want it to be always permanently processed, because you may need iron ore for something, who knows what mod. You don't need the ingots, you need the ore itself. So I don't really want to process all of it all the time. But I think what I'm going to do is just set up an automated system that processes the iron ore into iron somehow. Maybe turning it into dust. We won't do the mechanism system, will be quite a lot. I may just build a whole nother sag mill, because this gives you a chance at tin and nickel out of it as well, and both of those are awesome. I think that's what we're probably going to do. I'm going to set up a sag mill and just dump iron into it constantly. Dump iron into it, and then probably a furnace, and just dump the iron ore or iron dust that we're making. So let's see. Alloy furnace, alloy smelter. What am I lacking here? Cauldron, that's an easy thing. And 2 dark bimetal gears. Yep. Perfect. Now I want to get a sag mill. And that's going to take 2 more of those gears. The dark bimetal gears. A piston I've already got. I have all the recipe components. Super simple and easy. I will need capacitors. 2 octadic capacitors. And then we're going to need some things for the AE system. We're going to need some smart cables. Already had some. Okay. We'll bring some dense ones out. And then we're going to need export buses. Import buses I already have here. Acceleration cards. we're looking good to go. Maybe some capacity cards. I won't need crafting cards. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to come right down here. And I only need to be able to walk between this. So that's a bit big, but that's okay. We're going to put the Sag Mill here. And the alloy furnace right next to it. Now, I have a wonderful crystal right here, and if I click that, I can then link these two machines and they get powered wirelessly. It's wonderful. The basic crystals are more than enough for what I'm doing right now. However, I have 12 out of 16 machines powered by this, which means I am going to need either another one soon or a higher tier one that can link more than 16 items, more than 16 machines to it, but that's okay. For today, this will be good. Now, I always try and import from the bottom just because I'm old school. You put a hopper on the bottom of a machine or a bottom of a furnace in vanilla Minecraft to take out of it, so I instinctually put my extraction devices on the bottom of machines. You'll have to bear with me if you're laughing at me right now. It's just kind of one of those things that I have. One of those weird quirks. And actually, to be honest with you, some machines only function that way. So, alright, now this one is the Sag Mill. So what we're going to do is we're going to export our iron into this. So I need a little bit of that iron ore. Just one will do fine. Then I'm going to say export the iron ore. And we're going to add acceleration cards in there so it'll do it very, very rapidly. Now, that's running. Actually, we're going to take one of these out and put a capacity card in. I should probably have also done a crafting card because I want to have the, what are they called? Grinding balls. These. I want those being made and put into here. And if I'm going to do that, I need a crafting card in this. What the crafting card does is it tells it, hey, if something isn't in the system, right? So right now I'm holding all of the in-still balls there are. If there's something the system knows how to make and we're out of them, make it and then put it in. So it's now going to make some of these in-still grinding balls and then it's going to insert them into here. As soon as it figures it out, it may be making something for the in-still. That should be working, right? Oh, also, it's not extracting. How strange. Hold on. If we break that, place it back, make sure it identifies 2 of 8 channels. There we go. Okay, so it just had a little bit of a glitch. Interesting. But now it crafted them. It put the in-still grinding balls into the extra slot here. You can also use flint. You can use quite a number of things in this slot. However, I do believe the in-still grinding ball gives you the largest bonuses. So that's the one that I'm using. Now, I want this to say, hey, can I grab some of that out of here? I want you to just cook this up. And all I need is acceleration cards put into here. All I want you doing is cooking iron non-stop. Cook me some iron constantly. So what that's going to do is that's going to run and that's going to cook us iron ingots up. Now we need to take those iron ingots and process those into steel. Had to think for a minute. It has been a long day for me. I do work a full-time job and have family and things. I try not to talk a whole lot about my personal life, but I'm a little tired right now. Sorry if it shows. I will try and do better. So what we're going to do is get the blast furnace, that's what it's called, built right over here in this little section, and automate it so that we are dumping into it iron and coal coke and taking the steel, and it also produces something called slag as well as a byproduct, and we are going to take that slag out as well and just dump it into the system. It has a use. I think you use it for making like asphalt or something along those lines, and maybe it can be used as a secondary smelter and induction furnace and a few other things. It's not absolute garbage, so we won't trash it. We'll just let it fill up our system. But that's okay. We need steel automated, so we have lots of it when we start building the outline of our spaceship and the framework. So that should be good. This is really simple. I don't think I showed this on camera last time I built this thing, and placing stuff incorrectly. Okay, you build a 3x3 with your blocks. That extra one went into the system because of my magnet card here. Let's turn that off when I don't need it, so stuff goes into my inventory. Now this, if you take an engineer's hammer and right click it, it does nothing, and that's because I forgot the hopper that goes up top. I have played with immersive engineering quite a lot, so I kind of do some things from muscle memory. There we go. So this is the blast furnace. Put the hopper in the very center at the top, and then this by itself, this will work. If I right click this, I can put iron and either charcoal or coal coke in here, and it'll start cooking right now, but it's slow. So in order to speed it up, you have to craft these blast furnace preheaters, and these require RF. They require power, or IF, from immersive engineering. But see, the very nice thing about this is that I do believe I can link that. Yep. And that should be all of the links. We're using 14 out of 16. We got 2 more. But this will now run much faster because the blast furnace stays hot thanks to the preheaters, which allows this to move quicker. So what I want to do now is put down some crates, most likely. I don't have any crates. How interesting. Then we will deal with some chests, and that's fine. You have to have one here. This is where the steel comes out at. And then in the back is where the slag comes out at from this port. And if the slag fills up down here in this little extra slot, it will stop working. So you definitely want the slag coming out of it. And like I said, it does have uses, so we're not going to garbage it. We are going to just collect it in the system. And then we need to dump into here, right up here, our what do you call it? Oh no. Iron. I almost called it steel. It'll be steel when it's done, but it will be iron and coal coke going into here. And then we are simply going to import from here and here. And we want these importing as quick. I mean, no, you know what? It's not that fast. I don't need acceleration cards here. Let's not be wasteful. Let's be smart about it. Smarter about it, I should say. I don't know if I'm ever smart about anything. I'm just smarter. Okay. So we can link these up, and this is gonna look ridiculous. I'll just do it like that. So what we have here, actually, I won't do it like that. What I'm going to do is bring out the dense cable a little bit further to right here. That way I can come off of here for setting up our coal coke ovens. So this will work just as soon as I tell it what to put in here. So I'm going to say, I want you to put iron, and I want you to put coal coke into here. Now I have iron, so it should dump iron into here. Are we having some weirdities again? Hold on, let's reset this. Then make sure it adds the 3 channels. Interesting. I know I have a lot of iron in here. This may not be able to accept directly from the AE system. The AE system may not recognize this as an inventory, and that's fine. There's definitely a way we can go around that, and that is going to be to simply add a hopper here. I'll just break that. And a hopper will count as an inventory. I'm fairly certain the ME system will not have any issues with dumping into the hopper. So let's go ahead and say 1 capacity card, the rest acceleration cards. Okay, so one issue with this though is that, well, number one, this isn't emptying either. What is going on here? We have enough channels. We are having difficulties. This should definitely be putting iron into here. And I don't know why it's not. There we go. Okay, but yeah, this is the issue that we're going to run into. Oh no, it's filled this thing slap full of iron. And it will, because it's accelerated. It'll have everything full of iron. Is it actually not going to fill this last one? They may have patched this, honestly. In the past, it would fill it all with iron, even though it's also supposed to be dumping out coal coke. However, it doesn't seem to want to fill the last one. And I find that hilarious and amazing. So what we're going to try now is to put some coal coke in there and see if it'll dump the coal coke in here like it's supposed to. Or is it not registering this last slot? We'll give that a second. While that's working, we need to set up the coal coke ovens. And the regular coal coke oven cannot be automated. So we have to make an upgraded version. That one I'm a little less versed on how it's made exactly, so you'll have to bear with me. I know I need a little bit of space. We're going to go ahead and do that right now, and then we can look at how it's done. I think it uses some sheet metal tanks or something along those lines. Hello, slimes. Goodbye, slimes. Oh, I turned the magnet off, so I am going to be filling my inventory here. Did this ever... If I take those out, did it just stop working? This is the weirdest thing ever. It just seems like the ME network is working against me right now. You should not have to break and replace these cables all that often. Oh yeah, see, and now it did what I told you it was going to do. So, hopefully we can do this without the hopper, because we can definitely tell that the issue may not have been placing into this block. It just seems to be having issues in general, which I don't really understand. Coal coke. it's modded Minecraft. There's any number of things that could be going wrong, and that's okay. We'll figure it out, hopefully. Now, throw that in there. Is it actually going to work? Yep, okay. So it was just having a rough moment a second ago. So if we take the Akashic Tome, we're going to make this into the engineer's manual right here. There it is. And what I want to do is not heavy machinery, simple machinery. Nope. Construction. Multi-block construction. I don't know where it's actually at in here. Let's see. Balloon. Honestly, never really messed with that one. Okay. Simple machines. Right? Assembler. That's weird. I'm looking for... Here we go. Coke Oven Advanced. So we figured it out. What I'm going to need are 18 reinforced coke bricks, 1 hopper, and then steel sheet metal. So if I go for reinforced coke brick, we needed 18 of these. Uh-oh, what are we out of? Steel plates. So I have a compactor, one of these two has an augment in it. Oh no, never mind. It makes plates by default. What am I saying? If I put this in here, it has augments. These just make it run faster. But it can just run through the power it has. I only need, what, 13, which looks like we're going to get enough there. And then I needed steel sheet metal. Oh, so I need more plates than that because I need 9 of these, which means I need 12 plus the 13. I need at least 25 out of here. We may need to give this thing some power, which can be done by clicking right there. We can pick the other one up because we know it's not what we need. Now this thing can finish running. Alright. So that's too many. We want 13, right? No, 18. Goodness. Can't even remember the recipe I just looked at. There we go. So we have the 18 of those. Now I need the sheet metal, and I'm also going to need a hopper. We've got enough to make the sheet metal. Just goes a little something like that. I need 3 of these. Okay. So it was the sheet metal all in the back, and then the reinforced coke oven brick blocks in the front, hopper on top, and then whap it in the middle. Okay, so it looks, this is not how it looks in the non-advanced version. So this is the tank on the back for all of the creosote, that's what it's called, that it's going to make. Now, looking at this, it will accept the some kind of preheater. So we need to look here. We're going to look for external, if I can spell. What are these used for? Right here, coke oven preheater. So what I'm going to need to do is make 2 of these, right? No, 4 of these. So that's going to work out perfect. I like to make extras sometimes. Oh, what am I doing? I like to make extra resources sometimes when I'm working on projects, and that has come in handy today. So we're going to do that. Now the only issue is I need to unbind that because I only have 2 links left, and those 2 links are going to have to go right there and right there. I am now using all of the power outputs. So this one is really simple. We are going to export coal here. We are going to import our coal coke from here with, oh, am I out of import buses? It looks like it. Import bus. Let's craft just 16. I like it. Any day now. It will have at least 1 done. There we go. Put that on here. And then we're going to link this stuff up. And all I have to do is run this over. But first, I want this to say coal. Right? Coal should be put in there as quickly as you can. Coal coke. I didn't need that. Here I am being wasteful again. It doesn't have to be that fast. This machine isn't that fast. See? Coal goes in. Not sure why it stopped at 33 there. It's doing that weird thing again. Alright, and then this is going to produce creosote oil, and I need to nullify that. And I have a trash can? No, do I have what, a liquid null? I have a fluid nullifier. That's going to go there. I have creosote already. We are just going to destroy what this makes. We're going to say extract always active, and this needs to be insert, and that will just destroy all of the creosote that this thing makes. Now I'm a little concerned as to why that stopped. We're going to cancel that and maybe just tell it to put coal in there again. Is that going to work? Is this thing still working? Nope. Is it because, no, this has acceleration cards. Why, oh why are you messing up? Let's try this again. It may be because I'm adding and removing channels over here that's causing issues for it. I'm not sure exactly. We definitely have enough channels because we're only using 21 out of 32. So it should not be an issue. But it sure is right over here for some reason. For some reason. Now, oh, it's messed up all over the place. All the way back to here. It's not collecting from here. Weird. I am going to have to figure something out. I'll give that a second. Reconnect. Add in a bunch of channels. Huh. The weirdest thing. Anyways, I'll have to figure this out off camera. We achieved, once that starts working, we will have achieved what I wanted to achieve for this episode. So if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to hit the like button. And if you want to see more content like this in the future and you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel. And I will see you all next time.